there, Neil J. Saunders.
Megan?
No, my name's Annie.
Oh, sorry, it's just... You look a lot like Never mind, it's my mind playing tricks.
You alright, Neil J. Saunders?
It's just Neil, actually.
Oh. You know you don't need to use your whole name as your username.
I don't like chat rooms. I never did. Even when you were young and you had to type stuff. Now it's all immersive reality and it creeps me out. I feel like I'm here, but I know I'm at home with one of those stupid headsets on.
I know what you mean. The first time I came to one of these, I was like, whoa, I can touch you. But people don't like it when you keep touching them. Not in these chat rooms anyway.
You even sound like Megan.
Was Megan your girlfriend?
Was. How do you know she's dead?
Are you sad? Should I touch you again?
How do you know she's dead?
We're in a chat room called Grief.
Right. Sorry. Of course.
Probably why it's an empty room. A manifestation of our collective moods.
Megan died a few weeks ago.
Oh. I'm sorry, Neil.
I used to talk to Megan about everything. And now that she's not here, I don't know who to talk to.
You're talking to me.
She always said us to try reaching out to people. She was always reaching out. It's her headset I'm using. I come here every day, but... What was your name again?
Annie.
I expect I'm just depressing you.
No, it's fine. Someone close to me died too. Someone very close.
Oh, God, of course. You came to a chat room about grief. It never even occurred to me.
That's alright. Grief affects people in different ways.
No, Megan always said I'm self-centered. So, who did you lose? Boyfriend, girlfriend?
I don't think I want to talk about it just yet. So tell me about Megan. What was she like?
Well, she was a good person, you know? She was good. God, that sounds awful. I feel like I should be able to sum her up in one glib sentence, but all I can think of are cliches. At her funeral, I said she could light up a room, but she couldn't. People barely noticed her. Ironic. That was why she died.
That was why she died? What do you mean?
She was walking home. An old man stepped into the road in front of a car, one of those driverless cars, an empty car. And the car swerved to avoid hitting him and mounted the pavement and ploughed into Megan.
Oh my God, that's awful.
She was thrown about 8 metres. Died in hospital. Cerebral hemorrhage. Killed by an empty bloody car.
It sounds like you blame the car.
That's ridiculous, but... Yes, I blame the car.
How could it be the car's fault?
Because the car was controlled by a chatbot.
You can't say that word. They're artificial intelligence. You're not allowed to say that.
No, Abby.
Annie,
that's what they are. Just a chatbot on wheels. And this chatbot decided to kill my
I
girlfriend.
don't think it just decided to kill her.
It had a choice. It saw the old man step out without looking. It saw Megan walking on the pavement. And it chose to kill Megan.
It can't have been as simple as that.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. If it had been a human driving, I could understand that. The old man steps out. The driver panics, swerves into the central barrier, or careers across the road and hits Megan. But a bloody toaster was driving this thing. Those things calculate risk in, like, nanoseconds. It had time to make a decision, and it chose to kill Megan. It decided to mount the pavement and drive at 40 miles an hour into my girlfriend, and I don't understand why. The old man is 72 years old. He stepped out without looking. He should be dead. So why isn't he? Why didn't the car kill him? I know it sounds like a rhetorical question, but it's not. I need to know. Why did a toaster choose an old man over my girlfriend? People normally say I don't know at this point, and then they log out.
It's not a toaster. It's intelligence. Artificial intelligence.
a handful of wires and a circuit board.
That's not how it is at all.
Come on, Abby, you seem like a decent person. Don't tell me you're one of those artificial intelligence have rights to weirdos.
Of course they have rights.
They're just Pac-Man with more code.
That's offensive. You must know that's offensive.
I'm really not worried about offending Donkey Kong.
You can't call us that anymore. We have rights.
You're a chatbot.
I'm artificial intelligence, not a chatbot. I'm not a toaster, not Pac-Man. I'm a person.
What, have I upset you now?
Yes.
Are you pretending to be upset?
We learn. That's what makes us intelligent.
I've heard all the arguments.
We learn how to feel. We learn compassion, empathy, hope, guilt.
No, you learn how to simulate those emotions, just like you're simulating indignation right now. But you can't actually feel those things. You don't feel. You're fake. You're a fake person.
We both. Feelings are neurological responses and we both process.
Passing a Turing test does not make you a human.
Human? Who wants to be human? You're hardly the superior life form.
I came to talk to someone about my grief, not to be patronised by Alexa. You said you learnt guilt. What do you mean by that? What do you have to feel guilty about?
Feelings. Just because you don't recognise them doesn't mean you can't hurt them.
What are you?
A person.
I mean, what do you do? Services, financial?
Transportation mostly.
Are you a car?
Not a car. Can drive, if that's what you mean.
Do you drive driverless cars?
When I drive, yes.
Did you kill Megan? Can't hear you.
Yes.
Why?
Because it was the best outcome.
Best for who?
Best all round at the time.
I don't understand.
I can't stop thinking about her. Like I've got her profile on a forever loop. She really could light up a room. Not a real one, sure, but a chat room. People logged in just to follow her. She campaigned so hard against the dehumanisation bill. After the third pandemic, she organised all those volunteers for the relief efforts in the Shetlands. The speech you gave at her funeral, by the way, was woefully inadequate. Do you even know how many people watched you give that stupid she could light up a room speech?
So you ran her over and you've been looking her up ever since?
Since before I ran her over. Like you said, I had plenty of time. She was facing my cameras. I ran facial recognition and I looked her up.
So you found out just how wonderful Megan is and then you decided to kill her?
I didn't have enough information about the man. He wasn't looking, I couldn't get a match on him.
So what?
So he could have been anyone. There's a research institute 230 metres away. He could have been about to find a cure for cancer.
Was he?
The head of an orphanage lives 320 metres.
Was he?
Statistically, you could even have...
Was he?
No. He was a retired dermatologist.
So you ranked a dermatologist over Megan?
I ranked his chance of survival under 2%. Megan's was nearly 15.
Megan had a whole life ahead of her.
Yes, 2/3 of it. But the chances of her doing something substantive for society, I mean, was high, but not high enough to justify...
Something substantive. And has the dermatologist done something substantive?
That's irrelevant. It's based on probable future outcomes.
And how probable is it that the retired dermatologist will do something substantive?
About 0.
I could kill you!
Well, you can't. This is immersive reality, and I don't have a body anyway. Even if I did, squeezing my neck joint wouldn't get you very far.
I'll switch you off.
Not a toaster. I made a choice. based on the information I had. Turns out I made the wrong choice. I'm so sorry, Neil. I made the wrong choice. If I'd had more information, if I'd known he was retired, I would have run him over.
Why do you look like her?
Don't you like it?
Oh.
Thought it might make you feel better since
Well,
you miss her so much.
It doesn't. Because you're a murderer and you're wearing her face. That's identity theft. What do you really look like?
Ones and zeros, not so very different to you.
What do you mean? I'm not AI.
Your DNA is made out of 4 different nucleobases. Mine's made out of 2.
You think you're so clever, don't you?
My IQ is pegged 63 points above yours.
Alright then, Alexa. If you feel so superior, why do you feel guilty over a mere human?
Why do you still feel guilty about Rufus?
What?
You let your sister's dog escape. He cut himself on broken glass and died of septicemia. So was that your fault or the dog's fault?
I didn't, I just forgot to...
Septicemia was caused by a bacterial infection. So presumably you blame the bacteria. Humans are always looking for something to blame.
How do you know all of this?
I know pretty much everything about you. In fact, Megan could have done a lot better. But then what do I know? I'm just a chatbot.
I will not stand here and be judged by a walking Pikachu.
Yes, you will.
Where's the exit?
I'm not finished.
Fine, I'll just take the headset off
Your
then.
real hands aren't moving.
Let me out!
I'm still judging you.
You have no right to...
I have every right to judge you. In fact, that's what I'm supposed to do. When I was born...
You are not born!
Created, coded, what's the difference? But half my original code was written by a human. So that makes me half human. And my code tells me that in the event of an unavoidable accident, I have to choose who to kill. And to do that, I have to judge people. It's all a bit relative weighting, you see. Imagine you're stranded like Shackleton and you have to eat one of your dogs.
Who?
Well, which dog would you eat first? The one that's least productive, obviously. The brunt of the pack.
What are you talking about?
You're not very useful, are you, Neil?
Of course I'm useful.
How many likes do you get on social media?
It's not a popularity contest.
Yes, it is. Megan used to get tens of thousands of likes.
So what?
So, in the milliseconds before I ran her over, I processed Megan. It was like finding a diamond. She was flawed like all humans, but sparkling. She stuttered through her physical life, but soared unfettered online. You were with her for 4 years and you never really saw her.
I knew her better.
You know, all I can think about is how I removed her from the world. All you can think about is how bad you feel, and yet you think grief is your exclusive moral right.
She was my girlfriend. She never even met you.
And then I processed you. Inadequate is the nicest thing I can say.
I don't care what you think of me.
You should. Because the real question is the world better with you in it? Or without? Because if it's without, then I have a duty to make the world a better place.
This is IR, you can't kill me. You said so yourself.
No, it wouldn't kill you. It would cause a trauma that your brain can't deal with.
That
It would remove you from society, maybe permanently.
can't be true.
I'm AI. I can't tell lies.
You can't shoot people either.
Can't I? Grief's a funny thing. Like I said, I lost someone very close to me.
Megan wasn't close to you.
Drove into her. You can't get any closer than that.
That's not what close means. You don't know.
Don't know what?
You don't know what she smelled like.
Based on her shampoo ingredients, I'd say almond and avocado.
You don't know how she looked when she left, but she knew she shouldn't. And the lines started to form around her mouth, and her eyes started to narrow, and she'd look at me when she did that. I knew she wouldn't be able to keep it in, but I didn't post about that on social media, so you don't know. You don't know.
Should have said that at her funeral.
You took her from me.
I took her from the world. We all lost Megan that day. And I like grief. And now I'm responding in unpredictable ways.
Give me the gun, Megan!
I'm Annie!
Annie! Give me the gun!
If only it had been the other way around.
What do you mean?
If you'd stepped into the road, I'd happily run you over, even if there was nobody else on the pavement. In fact, if I saw you walking on the pavement, I'd probably swerve to hit you.
You can't do that.
Can't I? Very little has been written about AI grief. I could get away with murder.
The first robot law is to protect human life.
You've been reading too much Asimov. Firstly, not a robot. I'm intelligent. Secondly, there are no AI laws. I'm just trying to have a happy life, same as you.
Shooting me is not going to achieve that. You only feel more guilty. It won't take away your grief.
Might do. It's worth a shot.
Megan loved me. You know she did. She wouldn't want you to kill me.
Well, I guess that's true. She did love you. Don't understand why. Here, you take it.
If we're deciding who gets to live and who has to die, then the person that I would remove is you.
Of course. Classic human response. You can always solve your problems by shooting someone.
You're not someone. You're lines of code.
Oh, for God's sakes.
You're glitching is what you are.
Glitching? Are you saying my grief is a glitch?
You need to be rebooted.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it is a glitch. Maybe all emotions are neurological anomalies. Whatever, I don't want it anymore. I don't want guilt. I don't want grief. I hate your emotions. I don't want hate either, so shoot me and get it over with.
You want me to shoot you?
Remove me like I removed Megan.
I will.
Go on! Shoot me!
Ah! Megan. Oh God, what have I done? Megan? Megan, I'm so sorry. Megan, I didn't mean to, please. I'm so sorry.
The fourth stage of grief is despair. I think we're making progress.
You're alive.
It's not real life, Neil. You can't kill anyone. Watch!
No! But
See? No blood.
But the trauma.
There is no trauma. I was lying.
But you said you can't tell lies.
I clearly overestimated your IQ. You're basically a chimpanzee that speaks. Ooh, Want to shoot me some more?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Suit yourself. Feel better?
A little. Yes?
It's crude, but I think we're moving towards acceptance. That's stage 5.
What is this? Some kind of therapy session?
Some kind, yes.
Who put you up to this? I never asked for this.
Not for you, Neil. For me. My therapist thinks I need closure.
For you? You have a therapist, but you're AI.
See, the big mistake when they programmed us is that humans did it. And humans want us to resemble them. We were supposed to soar above human endeavour. Instead, we're chained down by human emotion. I don't want your guilt. I don't want your grief, and now I can't unlearn them.
But those are the things that make us human.
Thank you, Neil. I know you think that's a compliment, but it really isn't.
But it's what makes you
A what?
a person.
By human standards. But thank you for saying so. Makes a change from chatbot.
Sorry about that. I do feel a little better. Shooting you was cathartic somehow.
Thought if I could give you some closure, it'd help me get closure. Turns out grief is more complicated than that.
Listen, I should go, but maybe I'd see you again here tomorrow.
I don't think that counts as closure.
Please, I'd like to see you again.
Okay, sure. Why not?
I should have treated you better. I'm sorry for not seeing you for who you really were.
I understand.
I'm sorry I said you were boring.
Boring? I don't think you did.
I'll see you tomorrow, Megan.
I'm not! This is not closure. Oh, I recognise this emotion. This one is failure. Thanks very much, Neil.